Welcome to This Week at the Capitol. I'm Bonnie Stewart.
And I'm Lou Bach.
We're going to give you a brief update of what's happened at the legislature this past week and a heads up for some of the things that are going to come up next week. I understand that education's a big issue this week at the Capitol. What happened?
Well, there was a large public hearing that took place over the course of 2 days on the governor's reform bill. The bill's very important because it enacts a number of reforms, like other states have already done, that would help improve student outcomes for all of our students and close the achievement gap, the largest in the country here in Connecticut.
So what does the reform bill focus in on? Is it overall reforms? Is it helping students? What's the main gist of the bill?
Well, it really is an overall reform package. It looks at teacher improvement, helping the profession become better. It looks at supporting students who need some of that extra help. And it really looks at the big picture of education, much like our competitor states have already put into place.
Great. Sounds like a good bill. It definitely should be passed.
We support it very strongly, and it needs bipartisan support and should be passed pretty much intact.
Great. I also understand that the Commerce Committee had a hearing on their jobs bill this week.
They did. Another large comprehensive bill that works on expanding the excellent work the legislature did in a bipartisan way last October when they passed their jobs bill.
What are some of the components of it?
Well, some of the critical components in SB 1, which is the Commerce Bill, is an expansion to a marketing program in Connecticut. We're going to brand the state a little bit, get our name out there. It'll help with tourism. It'll help with marketing products that are made here in the state. It also, really importantly, expands the Small Business Express program, which was a key part of last fall's bill. It raises the threshold for applicants from employers of 50 employees to those of 100, which is a really nice expansion.
I understand there's a negative measure in the bill as well, though, where unemployment's concerned in employers.
That's right.
Unfortunately, as we all know, there are a lot of people that are unemployed, and we want to get them back to work, but they've got a measure in there that would allow for anybody to claim that they weren't hired because they were unemployed, and employers then would have to somehow prove that's not what they did. So that's
right.
A measure we'd like to see deleted from that bill, and we'd like to see, as you pointed out, some other of the expansions that are in there on programs so we can get those people back to work.
Right. It really makes a good bill something that it isn't, and would make hiring more onerous in an economy when we want to hire as many people as we can.
Great. Next week at the Capitol, education and economic development will continue to be important issues, but we'll also be discussing environment, energy, and other matters of key importance to the business community. You can get more information on all of these issues in this week's Government Affairs Report. Thanks for joining us, and we'll chat again next week.